You know what that means? I'm cheesing. That means we're building the dirt bike track. We're building my 40th track build starting today. My 40th, 40. You know, I'll be 30 years old this year. Actually, in 2 weeks, I'll be 30. I started building tracks when I was 15 years old. And in 15 years, this will be my 40th build. So I am letting the skiddy warm up, waiting on McAllister's cat to get here, drop the 5 or 3 off, whichever new dozer they're bringing me. I don't know which one they're bringing me today, but I'm waiting on the driver to meet him. Then we're gonna unload, and then what I do when I build tracks, I guess first, if you guys don't know me, what's up? I'm Cole Morse, aka More Dirt here in beautiful Southern Indiana. HVAC guy, turned dirt guy, raced dirt bikes for 20 years, and through motocross and riding dirt bikes, I transitioned myself from an HVAC guy to building dirt bike tracks and became a full-on excavation contractor. From footers to sewer repair to foundations, lane clearing, driveways, all that and above. And then also I'm a part of a school group called Blue Car Launchpad. We help all blue car businesses get off the ground and kind of guide and manage their way through the ranks of entrepreneurship. If you're familiar with that or not familiar with that, if you're interested in that, link below, check it out, Blue Car Launchpad. 7-day free trial, twice a month, Zoom meetings to kind of check in and go over some things and see how things are going. But I'm gonna get back on track. 40th track build. So I've raced since I was 4. I quit whenever I was, technically quit racing when I was 18 because I kept getting hurt trying to race pro-ams and stuff. But I rode a lot up until I had kids and I stopped, and now I have a new bike, but I still build tracks. And through being my own test dummy, riding at a high level, I mean, I turned expert A-class when I was 16. Through doing that, finding my angles and doing this and that, I figured out how to build jumps safely. So I've built a number of tracks, and today's gonna be another good one. And there is my rollback dozer right there on the rollback. That's hell, he's got it easy. Rollback's cheating, almost. I'm backing on the gravel. That's the same dozer I had last week. Same exact one. Oh, shit. Shout out the cat store, McAllister's Cat here in Indiana. Legit the best company I've worked with, rental company wise. Always taking care of me. All right, got the dozer unloaded, letting it warm up. This is the same dozer I had on that big house pad build we just did up in Cataract, Indiana. A 48 with 74, a 40 with 74. Same dozer, same shaking column, everything. I won the new 3. The new 3 with Great Assist helps me actually build the faces a lot easier. I can do it manually. I like to cheat sometimes and just let that thing, you know what I mean? So before we get started, how I lay out my tracks when I'm freestyling, what I do first is find and pin out where I want the biggest jump first. That takes the most time, especially when I'm not hauling the material. If I'm pushing up the soil here, which I really just roll the top off, build jumps to the top, we're not building a house foundation, we're building jumps. So I roll the top of it off, I figure out where I'm gonna put the big one at, and then I build around that. And I just let the natural flow. I basically get in my rider state of mind, and I'm like, okay, how would I jump this? Where would I want to go? What would be the most fun? And, you know, 14, 15 years of doing this, I've never had a callback to make something better. I've made a couple tweaks here and there on my own tracks that I've built for myself. But as far as customers, everyone seems pretty happy with it. And I think that's because the hours and the freaking time I've spent riding dirt bikes and then building and tweaking and shaping. When I was a kid on my dad's Kubota, all I ever did was ride and build and tweak, ride, build, tweak, and I would like naturally, like, my depth perception has been formed to know, okay, if I land off this jump and if I gas it and then brake it, how would I want to flow through there? You know, inside roller, outside roller, a berm, no berm, what to build there. It's kind of wild. And I've also made so many mistakes building tracks. I've learned what to do and not do, like as far as water problems. So in this situation, we're working on a pretty flat area, a really flat area. So I'm going to cut down both sides of the jumps and actually make like a crown for the water to run off each side. Then I'll have the riding surface. So that's how I'm going to tackle this. It goes through the woods. We're not going to go through the woods, I don't believe, unless the customer wants me to with the equipment. We might, we'll see. But we got to tie the woods in, which there's an inlet and outlet right there. Tie the woods in somehow, and you guys can see how big this field is. It goes all the way over there and opens up to a huge field. So yeah, it's gonna be sick. All right, well, I'm gonna get my 100-foot tape, some stakes, paint, track over there and lay out this first big one, and we're gonna get to pushing. So real quick, let's pause. Not only let's say go Hoosiers, 7-0 football season, nuts. Never thought I'd see that in my entire life, being a Bloomington, Indiana native. Thought about the Hoosiers playing so well, not to mention how beautiful fall time is. Real quick though, if you're looking for the best quality skid steer attachments on the market, locally made here in Indiana, Express Steel, check them out, or check out my previous videos about the attachments I have and what I recommend. I've used these attachments for over 3 years for my business, and I've beat the crap out of them, and I actually use them every day, and they're quality stuff. They're quality made in America. I recommend them. Also, if you're a blue car business owner or looking to get in the blue car business of any sort, HVAC, plumbing, excavation, lawn care, whatever. If you're inspiring blue car business and want to learn about growing your business effectively and efficiently, check out Blue Car Launchpad, link below. We're building a community of guys like myself that want to grow their business and not necessarily be the biggest, biggest fish in the pond, but just live a good life, man. Just provide for your family, go on vacation twice a year, make a good living, have more free time with the kids, while also getting the tools to grow your business to be big enough to sell if you'd like to. So check out Blue Car Launchpad and Express Steel, links below. All right, enjoy the video. Crossing here, it's gonna be a tight little squeeze. I mean, tight. I mean, I'm barely wide enough. We're across though. We made it. I think I just saw a rub on a tree from some deer. A lot of people ask me, how do I start laying out a track? Where do I begin? So in this situation, most situations, I build the biggest jumps first. It takes the most time, it takes the most dirt. Once you do that, you kind of can lay the land out how you want to. This is a pretty flat working surface. We have one little knoll mound here. So in this situation, what I'm gonna do, back between that tree and that tree, it tapers over. I'm gonna push it face this way out of the setting sun. So the sun sets over here, I want to build a jump out of the setting sun, a big one. That way they're not getting blinded when they're hitting the jump coming over. So I try to consider that when I'm building, because nobody wants to hit a jump in the afternoon, evening ride, second, third gear on a 450 and not be able to see. I've made that mistake before, building jumps, blind jumps. It sucks. My personal track, my jump is right in the sun. It sucks. So we're gonna be jumping this way. Another thing I like to do, this little drainage right here is a little swell. So we're gonna put the landing ramp on this side of the swell, a takeoff ramp on this side of the swell, and then we're gonna cut the swell even more down to the woods so we have a natural drainage. Then all the way across this field, that swell is gonna be a benchmark point for jumps going over or obstacles going over. That way we can keep all the water going towards this creek over here. So that's how in depth I get when I'm building these tracks. I think about everything, just like on this face. I'm gonna build a face to where you can hit it second or third gear on a 450 or a 250, and that way the bike's not bound up. You don't want a steep out of the corner second gear seat bounce if you can avoid it, because high RPM, the bike feels bound up, feels wound up, it doesn't feel comfortable. A lower RPM bike feels more freely in the air, you can move it, just feels safer, feels more ready to go. So all these things process in my mind when I'm building these tracks. It's not just push up dirt and go. There's a big thing, a formula I've came up with since I've been doing this since I was 15 years old. So a lot goes into it, and that's why I'm called, and that's why this is my 40th one, because I've trial and error over the years, man. I've learned how to do this. I absolutely love doing this stuff. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's so cool to take a blank piece of property and bring it to life. It's insane. It's awesome. So yeah, well, I'm gonna put tape, go 65 foot back, mark my landing ramp out, and then start pushing up for the takeoff, and we'll build this big dub. Let's go. Roll up the carpet here, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Right there, benchmark. All right, benchmark. LOL, I got to grab the wrong GoPro stuff. All my mounts are my other one. I have two of these look identical, and I grabbed the wrong one. Crazy getting kids ready to go to work, go to daycare, and you grab the wrong stuff. Dad moment. Dad moment. Oh well, we're gonna compromise. I'm gonna try to rig this up, strap it on something, and that way you guys can watch an outside point of view for a little bit, I guess. I don't know what else to do. Or I guess I can just do what I can with what I got today, and then tomorrow grab the right stuff. Pretty bummed. I swore I had the right one. LOL. Hello freaking out. It ain't dumb if it works, right? Right, so we're gonna duct tape this to that, and hopefully that gets us. I thought I had zip ties. Nah. No. Taking L's today. Taking some freaking L's. Oh well, part of it. Nobody's perfect but Jesus, right? That's right. This is why I made duct tape for YouTube videos, right? Right. You guys can never say I don't try my hardest for you guys for cool stuff. Yeah. The old ditch and shovel. GoPro mount extreme. Let's go. You guys get them great shots in a minute. You'll know it's from the old ditch and shovel with the old T-Rex duct tape. Eating my morning apple with a green stick. Playing lever bucket. I parked about 700,000 miles away because this field's so wet. There's no other access, but first world problems just happen to be working. You know what I mean? I got my takeoff pretty well shaped. The height and not the angle quite, but the height how I want it. Stand back here so you guys can see it. So you guys can kind of see, get the idea. You're getting the gist of it. It's going to be a pretty big deal. So now I have to line up and figure out where I want my landing. So I measured off 65 feet from basically the point of takeoff, which is here. 65 feet gets me over here. Right over this way. 65 will be right here. Well, actually, this is 60. We're going to do 60. I think 65 is too, honestly, guys, for a track with a bunch of guys riding. I think 60 is going to get somebody hurt. And this is still a big jump, big fun jump to have. If you want to make it bigger later on, you can. But see, I'm going to take these trees out. I'm going to use all that dirt right here. Then I'm going to start cutting a swell in and bringing all this dirt here to make a landing. And you want to make the landing bigger, if not the same height, if not bigger than the takeoff. So that's going to be hard to do since that's up on a hill, but that didn't take that much dirt. This is going to take some dirt, but it is what it is. It's part of the process. Check that booter out. Shoo, baby. Gonna knock out this clump of trees so I can keep robbing dirt over here to push the landing. We gotta make that landing big since the takeoff's so big. It's gonna be a booter, baby. Woo, it's gonna be a booter. That's what he wanted, is one big booter. Once it gets compacted with the skid steer tracks, it'll come down a little bit, but for the most part, it's gonna be pretty mondo, honestly. Yeah. Man, I hate making jumps as big for people. somewhat where I can basically get a guide. So I'm trying to get to where I can get a guide point, roll over, and that way I can line my landing up. That's how I do it. I back the dozer up, line it up perfectly with my tracks, and then try it forward. That's how I get my angle perfectly. You can square it up like a building. It just takes forever when you can just back up with the dozer and literally just straight, and you can get her dead nuts. As you can see, I'm on top of the takeoff here, and then my method of lining up actually worked pretty well. I obviously have to fill in more on the right side, but this is pretty well perfect. Squared up. So take out the little saplings. You can see where it's high. I'm gonna take all that dirt, shove on that side, get a nice contour. I'll probably roll it this way more, so it's a shorter gap. They can jump longer, but they don't have to clear the gap without, you know, risking their life. So I like the happy medium where you come up short, you're not going to break your freaking ankles or something. I like that, like a real nice and rolled and gradual, because this face is, this face is big. This is a big jump. It's not little at all. So, all right, a roller pad. So I built a pad, half-ass level pad here. Now I'm benching down next to it for drainage to get my dirt. So what I'm doing is benching down, trenching down. Clearly you can see almost a clay here. I'm dropping this lower than this, and that's gonna give me my dirt. Build my rollers. I'm gonna probably build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, probably 5 rollers, so they can wheelie through them here. But I'm benching down here because I have a swell cut there. This will be a swell here, so the water from this side of the track here, and then they won't go in the rollers, will stop here. I'm not expecting this to ever flood. This is a really flat field, and everything's gonna soak it up. This is like super sandy clay mixture. I mean, look at this dirt. Look at that. It's beautiful. It soaks up the water nice. It got rain here yesterday, actually, and this is what the dirt looks like. So I'm gonna grab the shovel, duct tape rig, and then put you outside the cabin. Let you guys see what I'm doing. Now you guys can see how it works coming this way. My app's not working because I have no service, so you're gonna see me, I'm gonna edit it out, but I'm gonna walk down there, get the dozer, and start pushing this way. But I got clay stakes up down there. There's a topsoil mix here. We're gonna push clay on top, and then we're gonna start our rollers, and then eventually I might even bench down on both sides to get enough dirt to make it right. That way the water will drain off like it's supposed to. bad boys. But there's 3 rollers dialed, smallest, bigger, bigger. That's how you do it. You make a one you can start with, and that's your starter whoop, starter roller, and then you So I'm gonna keep hammering. My GoPro's about to die. The charger in here will not work. The charger in the dozer is not working at all. So, and my truck is a country mile over there. So I'll probably sign off right now. So turn myself around. I'll see you guys in the morning.